Now let's talk about manager who we know is definitely not leaving in the summer or anytime soon.
Are you sure about this?
Wow.
We've had about four
Real
or five.
Real Madrid, maybe?
Well, it's a revolving door at the moment.
When it comes to Jurgen Klopp, he is ingrained with the city. I walked past a bar called Jurgen's just now. I was like, wow, this man gets Liverpool City. The city of Liverpool.
He's the, you know, I hate that thing. When he first came, and after a few weeks, they all went, oh, he's just like Shankly. But he is, but he isn't like Shankly. He's his own man. But the thing with this football club, he gets everything about it. But he also gets not just all the fantastic nights and the trophies and all that. He gets Hillsborough. He gets Heysel. And, you know, people absolutely love him. About 3 years ago, we were playing West Brom here. And we scraped a 2-2 late goal, West Brom, right? And he ran down to the Kop, took all the players down, and all the press are thinking, what on earth he's doing? You've only just drawn with West Brom. And he went down and he said, right, I took all the players down. He said, because people were leaving early, as we witnessed today, didn't we?
Yeah.
People were leaving early. He said, if they don't think my team is capable of scoring in the last few minutes, what's the point of being here? And that, you know, and everybody really, really got it. But that's just the way that he is. And I tell you quite a funny story, is that when he first got here, he did an interview with Liverpool Football Club, the channel, the TV and everything, and he was talking to one of the presenters, Pete McDowell, who'd asked him loads of questions, and the last one he said, well, do you think you're a Scouser yet? Pete McDowell said to him, and he went, yeah. And he said, do you know why I think I'm a Scouser? And then Peter said, no. He said, because I've got a purple wheelie bin, because you can't have red or you can't have blue. Sharp.
Yeah.
Very sharp.
True.
Very sharp.
I mean, he signed his new contract. I think it was about a year ago. He said he would be leaving at the end of his previous contract.
I tell you what, he'll walk in one day and go and walk.
That's it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think he's just one of those guys that when he thinks he's done it, he's just like, okay, it's time to go.
What does he? When does that time come? What?
But I don't know. I just
point?
think one day he will have had enough. And he's not like a. You know,
How can you have enough of this?
Well, I don't know.
You're at one of the best football clubs in the world.
But then you don't know the pressure that he's under day in, day out.
But he looks so re-energized. I mean, I look back at his time at Dortmund, and he spent quite a fair amount of time there. Towards the end of his spell, it wasn't going to plan. There were some poor results, and it picked up when he said he was going to be leaving the club, I guess, as a farewell to him. But look at him now here at Liverpool. Well, he's still going better than ever. Yeah, and he runs a football club. The Americans at FSG are brilliant with him. They basically give him everything that he wants. They trust him with the transfers. There's the chief exec's American as well, who does all the day-to-day stuff. But he decides what way the football club's going. But you know, in terms of transfers in, transfers out, all he says is he has the last word. Which, of course, every manager
they like to say that, but
have.
Well, yeah, but not all of them do.
No, absolutely. But look at the signings he's made here. Just look at the team. You know, where have they all come from?
Yeah, and then
one or two locals, which is great for the city because they love that. But the rest of the signings he's brought in, crikey, they made him into world-class players.
What I love about Liverpool is they're no nonsense, right? You watch them today, right? They found it a little bit difficult to break Spurs down, but when you watch them, you know, they don't mess around. It's not intricate little passes and, you know, trying to make things happen like Man City. You know, they'll go back to front. They'll be solid. They'll turn it when they need to.
Yeah.
They're high energy, high press. You know, they'll fight for everything. And they're almost the perfect English team that you'd want, you know? Like, when I look at a Liverpool team, you go back to the greats of, you know, that Mark's played in. They were top sides because they could beat you any way. You know, there wasn't... Man City, I feel like, play one way. It's pass, demoralise you, and then they score. With Liverpool, I feel like they can change it every week and play the way that they need to win.
Yeah, and they're not frightened to go long. It's just not a problem. If you watch them kick off, more often than not, the balls go back to Virgil. He just clunks a diagonal about 50 yards, and it's like, let's get up the pitch. You know, as soon as we start, let's start in their half. And I think also, I know in training it's all like one touch and two touch because, as they say, you know, the ball always moves quicker than a man can move. So, and that's all part of him. That's just the way that he is.
Yeah, and I think it's quite a testament that it's not just in the Premier League. And I know that they've only won it once under him, but to be in 3 European Cup
Yeah.
finals, potentially winning 2. We'll find out at the end of the month. I mean, that is an amazing, remarkable record.
An unbelievable record, but I think Liverpool are the perfect cup competition side. You know, over 2 legs.
Well, Real Madrid might have a big say in that.
Well,
they're showing some real mettle.
Real Madrid
Yes,
are great
they are.
have been this season have been great over 2 legs when you get them back to the Bernabeu, because that's when the fans are on their side, and the mentality of being there. Real Madrid, the occasion, it's got the better of Man City and PSG, got the better of them. In a final one-off game against Liverpool, I don't think Real Madrid can live with this team. If they're at it and they're on it and the way that they play, I think they'll destroy Real Madrid.
I hope he's right.
you hope that
Of course you hope.
that might be your heart
because it's your
saying,
team,
but-
and it's your team, and of course you want them to win. But you know, sometimes you can have a bad day, don't you?
Liverpool ain't going to fall apart.
No.
PSG fell apart.
Yeah.
Man City fell apart. In the dying moments, they were there. But they fell apart because the mentality of the players in them big moments that wasn't quite there. Liverpool don't have that issue. They've won the Champions
Yeah.
League plenty of times. They don't fold.
And if
You
you look,
never see Liverpool fold.
yeah, and if you look today, I mean, you know, he pulls the captain off.
Yeah.
And it's like the captain just has to go, and that's it. It's all, you know, it's all for one for all, that kind of stuff. But it's like you are still a player. Whoever you are in this team, you are only a player.
Yeah.
And if he thinks maybe that he can do better without you, he lets you come off.